everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I'm very sorry about that, at least at the time that I'm recording this. I have been meaning to record another video for the past month, but I've never had the house to myself, and technically I don't now, but it's been too long. I've been doing voiceovers today, so I thought there was really no excuse anymore. It's about time that I jumped back into the fold again. So here we are with Hades. I haven't played in a while. Goal for this video, honestly, I have no idea. Beating our first run would be nice. But I mean, last time, how many runs did we get through? 2, I think. No, there was a whole load of lag just then. So yeah, but I think we got through 2 runs last time. I think we did one with Stygius, and we did one with Karnak. How far did we get? If we look out over Tartarus, we got to... That's chamber 32, which I believe got us into Elysium. Yeah. I do like those monologues. Yeah, then after that we get to Styx, which is a bloody pain in the ass to begin with. I'm going to have another go with Stygius, I think. Because I just prefer the upgrades it has. So we're going to get straight into it and see how far we can get. A paladin, I was going to say paladin's hammer, that was from, what was it called, Terraria. I'm going to have World Splitter here. I need to change up my rhythm a little bit, but I really like that attack. It means you're going to be hearing a whole lot of keyboard sounds, especially now that my microphone sensitivity is turned much higher up, because if you hear me on stream or in one of my voiceovers and think, wow, he sounds good all of a sudden, it's because I've turned my microphone sensitivity way up so that I don't have to amplify my audio as much in post. So that's generally the idea. Which I might actually, if you would allow me, I'm actually going to amplify it a wee bit more. So there's going to be a bit of a... Ooh, what do I want? I'm going to go for the nectar, actually. There might be a bit of a disparity between parts of the video where at one point it's going to be louder than the other, but, you know. Ow, I really didn't need that. Which, by the way, the nectar is used to give as gifts to people to, well, to help Megara fall back in love with you. And it seems, from my experience playing this game, that Zagreus enjoys getting pegged. So I'm not going to kink shame at all, but that's just where we're at. Ooh, fountain chamber. Lovely. I forgot that I did that. So I'm going to go with Aphrodite here. I think for the sword, her boons are much better. I do think Zeus has more use cases. Anything that has ranged qualities, I think Zeus really benefits there. But yeah. You really don't know how to talk to women, do you, Zach? She's so bad, bro. She does go around naked, though, which is a little bit of a red flag. He's done me twice. going to be spending a lot of time at close range. Hopefully I can get... Ow, hopefully I can get the deflect one here. No, I'm not going to give my nectar to the gods yet. Dash deflect, thank you very much. It's been quite a solid first round actually so far. One of these, so I just gotta, yeah, survive. Yeah, this is really good method for earning money. If you sucked a bit less than I did. Annoyingly, I'm just kind of allowing myself to take loads of damage here. It's making me look mighty stupid. Ow. Altogether, I think that was probably a net positive, though. I would quite like to just keep going through the weapons, honestly, because that's probably the biggest selling point. Hello? Thank God I deflected that. I didn't think it was a thing I could do, actually. Ow. I'm in a bit of trouble right now. I've really not got a lot of health. And we've already used up the fountain chamber. Really, we still got it? Okay. I don't like how mindful of these traps I'm having to be, because usually I just sort of dash right past them without really caring. But it is kind of now like, if I take any damage from them, I'm in big trouble. What's this other one? Yeah. Getting a decent amount of darkness this run, but I don't really... I mean, I do need it, but I don't really care too much. Do I want you for anything? I mean, if I have the money, logic dictates that I should just go for it. But I think I'm gonna leave it, actually. Oh no, I know who I'm gonna use my my first nectar on. I'm gonna use it on Cerberus. Yeah, I don't need to sit through all the dialogue. The double dash is so good to have there. Huh. Ooh. Ow, I'm making a mess of this. much easier than last time. I've seen so many spikes on my Audacity feed with the number of times I spammed my keyboard, my spacebar. I am so sorry if that is just absolutely horrific to listen to, but I'll run a compressor through it so that everything will be okay. That is extremely nice. I need to do a voiceover video, maybe for this channel, of this guy. Like, there's many characters from this game that I could see myself doing. I could do Skilly, I could do Zagreus, I could do Charon, I could do Hades. I'd like to think that I have a voice that sort of lends itself pretty well to a game like this, but that is absolutely me being selfish and trying to plug myself and my voice acting endeavors where and when I can. It's very, very helpful now that my dash also does damage. It means I can double hit them. Or triple hit them, actually. Because I hit them with the initial impact, I hit them with the dash, and with, like, the dash strike. So my combos are about to be much, much cleaner, and be able to... Oh, come on, mate. And there are question marks over the purple ones, but that was no big deal. Now I'm getting a decent amount of health. This run is shaping up okay. Actually, it might be worth... Ooh. No, it is probably better to give my nectar to Skelly, in fact. Yeah, that's lovely, that. Alright, let's see, let's go back to Aphrodite. And to a mini-boss, this will either be... This will probably be the Barge of Death. Oh no, it's the Witches. Whole lot of dashing in store here. Okay, let's make sure I don't end up in the lava. I'm being a little reckless right now. Okay, I'm half tempted to give the nectar to Aphrodite, but it doesn't actually do anything. With how aggressive I'm being, this is probably a good idea, but when we get to later on, increased damage reduction is going to be very, very useful. I just realized how much money I have right now. This is lovely. And with all of these enemies that I'm having to fight right now, it's only getting better and better. There we go. What the dash damage? It's not much, but I dash so much that it's probably worth it, actually. So, while I'm going through this, I'm kind of switching my brain off for a little bit. I might as well give like a little general life update. I don't know how many of you guys stick around to watch these videos for my little talks like this, where I kind of ramble and go off topic. But I'd like to think it's a nice little, I'm not going to say like unique selling point or anything. I mean, I'm far from the only person to do that kind of thing. But I'd like to think it's a nice thing for content creators like myself to do, of, you know, trying to sort of somewhat talk to the viewers just to kind of see where things are at. And I think it's interesting to keep up with what the creator's doing. So I have landed my first professional voiceover role, so I can now somewhat officially be called an actual voice actor, which is strange. I'm going to be in a radio play called What's Wrong with William, where I am playing one of the main characters. My apologies, I think I just made a big annoying noise with the desk. And I'm not going to spoil anything about it here. I will be linking it around on my socials, on my Discord, on YouTube, all of that when it's available. I have no idea when that is likely to be, but it's been a whole load of fun to record for so far. I have probably another 2-3 days of recording left to do, and yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later you guys will be able to listen to it, and you know, that's me ticking off one of my goals that I wanted to accomplish. From past this point, like, I've kind of broken things down a little bit of like what I want to be accomplishing, and the next thing that I'd like to have done, quite simply, is I'd just like to have it be the case that, well, I can get another client to sort of see some worth in me and take me on board, based on the work that I've done in this project, and then from there, hopefully someone who listens to What's Wrong with William, hopefully someone else listens to that, and not necessarily, I mean, whether it's one of you guys, I'd always appreciate it, but particularly if it was just someone who happened to be tuning in for it, they could hear that and think, oh, this guy's quite good. If I was to get even one comment like that, then that'd set my self-esteem so much higher and really give me the energy to keep going forward, because, you know, once you get one, you can start building up goodwill with people. They can start sharing you around to any people that they know, and hopefully it starts a little bit of a snowball effect, and you can start to hear a lot more work that I've, you know, been cast to do, which is, in case anyone somehow didn't know, my absolute dream would be to be a full-time voiceover artist, which, you know, we have taken the first major step towards. So I know I've gone on about this story a bit, and I've maybe over-explained it, but, you know, it's something that I've been extremely, you know, proud of myself about, which, you know, anyone who knows me knows that that doesn't happen very often. So So yeah, hopefully this wasn't a horrible listen as far as me just not talking about the game at all, because I mean, the majority of my like explaining about the game was kind of from the last episode of this, because I mean it was the first run, and that's kind of where all of the explaining all the mechanics and some of the characters and that kind of thing, that's where realistically the majority of that would be expected to happen. So at this point, most of the explaining that's left to do about how the game works is for the little areas that we have yet to see. That being sticks and grease, and the remaining fights that we have left, and then other upgrades that we get, and I've forgotten the name of the thing, aspects. Oh, we're getting a duo. Let's see. Your cast gains any bonuses you have for striking close from behind, which I don't have any of, I don't believe. So unfortunately, that does nothing for me, so I'm going to take this instead. I feel fabulous. Well, fabulous, darling. Boot info. So a special would be okay. I don't particularly need it though. So as much as I love Artemis, I think I'm just going to keep on going with Aphrodite, frankly. Because now I'm doing some nice damage, and I think more than any other god / goddess, I think Aphrodite is the one that most rewards you for getting one of her boons and kind of sticking with it. Oh, I was trying to... What do you mean you hit me that many times? Hey, what? I was attacking you the whole time. Your weak effect also has a 15% chance to charm. There you go. That's the kind of thing I was looking for. Let's get another key. Let's keep this going. I assume this is going to be Asterius. No? I forgot how long that status effect lasts for. What do you mean you hit me there? Okay, some of these hits are making no sense. That's a lot of people. I'm trying to dash and the game is not letting me, apparently. That was messy. I really, really don't like Elysium. Let me get another nectar. Why not? Yeah. I didn't know that. That's nice. Yeah, the charm is stupidly useful because it makes it so they don't attack you for a bit. I don't know if it means that they attack other enemies, but... Also, as you can see, it's not like crazy common or anything, but it's definitely worth investing in, I think. Well, namely if you've put charm on your on your primary attack naturally, but I hate how you can reflect the big sort of clumps, but that it's still, you know, the individual bits that break off can still attack you. Like, those suck. Like, I have no interest in reflecting the same projectile twice. Alright, Charon, please give me some health for the love of God. I need it. Ooh. Yes and yes. I'm sorry, Aphrodite, but that is of great use to me. Right, so now we get the next boss fight that we didn't get last time, so happy days. It's Theseus, the most annoying character in the game.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Yeah, he's an ass. He's also incredibly tanned.
No way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
I love Zagreus, he's such a fanboy.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
So I always go for ow. So I always go for Astarion first. Yeah, he gets a significantly reduced charm duration. Wasn't expecting that. He really didn't telegraph that one very much. Okay, so it seems like the charm does make it so that they do attack their allies. I'm amazed that didn't hit me. Maybe it doesn't do any damage still. Again, I'm amazed that didn't hit me. This always feels bad. Astarion's one of my favorite characters. Ow. Some charm would be nice. I don't know if he can be charmed since it's just him, but oh no, never mind. It really isn't long though. But now he can summon the gods, which is very frustrating. Yeah, pain in the ass. It's been kind to me though. Remarkably so. Wow, that was shockingly easy. Yeah, this build's done me very well indeed. So the ambrosia is, once you get to a certain point of friendship with nectar, you switch to having to use ambrosia instead. That is all that means. I'm actually not going to bother with that because this is a very good chamber to a very good level to recover some health. And the twist of the century is coming up. Here we go.
The multi-headed Cerberus stands vigilant before the underworld's entryway.
It really works in this game. How like
No,
it sounds like everyone's really close to the microphone,
why you're here.
and I think it really works.
Your way to
Like there's a little bit of extra punch behind everything they say, which is good because a lot of them sound fairly
I have to.
emotionless. But
My mother. You know what this means to me.
yeah, he just wants food.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious hound of hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can
Mm-hmm.
seize the monster's appetites.
Let's go then.
Now I just need to head off the beaten path here and see what.
Oh, that's a really bad collection of shit. Alright, I'll go for the money first, I think.
Try this way.
So that I can hopefully buy some better stuff from Charon, who's down the other way. So this can either be the best or the worst part of a run, depending on the setup that you have. Generally, I don't mind it, especially because I'm usually a brawler kind of person. I use the sword a lot and I use the fists a lot. And I think that these are generally designed to favor people who do that. You just run in and just continuously knock people back and do damage, so they can't really do anything. And at that point, you just pile up damage. But yeah, if you're using the rail or especially the bow, it can be a rough old time. Oh god, no. Got more. It's a good time for a charm. Yeah, the one bad thing is this part does often take forever to get through. Like there's a lot of fighting that you have to do here. Really? I didn't get him. Oh, yeah.
Shiny. Hope this can get me out of here.
Yeah, that didn't treat me very well. Let's go for the palm, I guess, and upgrade my attack damage. Yeah, the one thing that you need to know is you need to get rid of those spitting guys first. They are horrendous. This is another reason why I think like a brawling playstyle is best in here, because the chambers are generally so small, you just wall slam them over and over again, and it does loads of damage. It's why if you're playing a ranged setup, it is why I will always encourage getting Poseidon boons, because he's all about knockback. Okay, I'd like if you came over this way, not like that. Oh yeah, I just need to get rid of his armor. Ooh, and again. There we go. Oh, quite well actually.
Where are they coming from?
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, if it does that much damage, then why not?
Had quite enough here, thanks.
I need some proper health quite badly. We'll go Artemis. Don't know if I've taken any of Artemis's boons yet in any of the runs in this I guess you could call it mini-series now. I mean, this is only my third run on YouTube, but for those who didn't know, by the way, for those who weren't around back then, this was, I believe, the first single-player game that I ever played on Twitch. I started streaming in November or October of 2020 at university, and I mostly played Counter-Strike. I went on to playing Among Us after, and that was my main thing. Okay, yeah, I hadn't gotten an Artemis thing. And that is wifey. But thank you very much. Let's see. Yes, that's what I wanted. So yeah, I was mostly playing Counter-Strike, but I had a little playthrough of Hades as well. So let's get this as well. Yeah, I've seen you quite a lot. But hell yeah, that's perfect. Because there's that for Cerberus, and now we go on to the final boss. Vanquish, not really. Comedy in this game is really subtle, but really well done, I think. There we go. And most of you can probably guess who the last person that we meet in these runs is. There he is.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I never grew accustomed to the air up here. It gusts senselessly whichever way it pleases. I suppose you must prefer it.
I don't fucking know yet. I only just got out here.
You know, you're right. The air up here seems pretty good so far. But I will reserve judgment till I've
So I'm assuming that he's going to take at least my Death Defiance from me.
untouched, you dust it off on my account.
It should not have had to come to this.
But we'll see.
Antics with me yet around the house. I always kept my temper, have I not? Unlike you.
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered a bunch of incompetent wreckers to...
So for the record, if I beat Hades here, then I think that's a fairly good place to finish this episode. And the next time I play will be with a new weapon or starting the Pact of Punishment. If I don't, then I'll probably give it another run through. So there's the stakes for this fight. Let's go.
No, you're going home, not me.
Oh, he's gone darkness immediately. Alright, he gets an extremely short duration of charm, but it does happen still. This is not going well. Oh my god, that was lucky. It'd be lovely if I had a call right about now, which for some reason I've not been able to use any of yet. The second best boy in gaming. Well, Hades' one actually has a bit extra to it, just because he never addresses Zagreus by name, I don't think. Alright, your minion can go away now, that'd be nice. Alright, we're even again. Ow. Oh, come on, I'm thinking that I have a second dash, and clearly I don't. And fairly certain, even without the Pact of Punishment, he still has a second form as well. Right, this is not shaping up well for me. I hate when he does this. Okay, it's just skulls. It's just skulls. I know there's a bomb guy as well. You know what? I'm just going to ignore him where I can. Yep, that gives me some time. Oh yeah. Yeah, gives me a bit of time. Okay. Oh, I don't... Ow, I do not need to be taking needless damage like this. I really thought he was going to get me with that one. I really thought that was going to get me. Ah, no. That was way too close. God, this music's so good. There we go. I just had to get through that. Okay. I didn't mean to skip that. Enough of these, please. Really? Okay, another one of them and I'm dead. There was another one over there that I didn't see. No. When did he shoot that one? Ah.
Damn you, Father.
That's really, really frustrating. Okay.
Hey, you're back. Wait, what happened? My list says you got killed by a redacted? What's that even mean? I've never seen anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to talk about it.
I really don't. Oh, that's frustrating, man. How do I get access to the lounge kitchen area?
We each have our commitments to this house, Megara. There is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of
Oh, yeah.
responsibility as well.
We eventually get
Understand. It's just
Electo and
keep pretending nothing's changed. This house is cracking.
another one that I don't remember.
And no one's going.
The house shall stand eternally. Although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
Nyx really is a proper MILF, isn't she?
You're right, of course, you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nyx.
The vocal effects that they put on them is so cool. No, I was... Oh, wait, no, I have two of them, don't I? Wait, am I able to give it to Megara? No. In more than just one sense.
What's that there? Something from the Fates?
More innovations required. Oh, do I need to do that? Great Hall. God, I seriously have none. Annoyingly, the further on you go, the more... Oh, I need you. That's important. Okay, I might actually go out my way to get more of those in my next run. But... No, I'm just going to pet you for now.
Feel better talking to you, boy.
Because the one that I really want is Skellies. As useful as Cerberus is. Not cool that you guys are just ignoring me. Alright, what can I get here? More chthonic vitality. Very, very nice. And... yeah, let's do that as well. Attacking people from behind does 30% extra damage. Is huge, actually. So, that does 20. That does 26, which isn't 30% extra. That's 39. That is 30. That doesn't make sense, but... Alright, I do have enough keys to get both of these, actually.
Open up.
So I'm going to get Aegis, and I'm going to get. What was your name? I don't remember.
Let's see what's in here.
Faratha, which is probably my least favorite one to use. Also, now that I see we have the option for this, so I'm going to use Karnak for the next one that I play, which, given the time that we're on for this recording, is going to be next episode. Because if you use the weapon that is like glowing like this, then it means that you get extra darkness. So I'm going to use Karnak, and then after that, unless one of these two, one of these three is glowing purple, I'm probably going to use Aegis because it is probably the consensus best weapon out of all of them. Also, you can have this.
For you, mate. Thought you might get a kick out of this.
For me, pal? Awful nice. You're just awful nice. But guess what? I got this for you. Tit for tat, you understand? A deal's a deal.
Voice acting in this game really is good.
Cheers, mate.
I think it was Lucky Tooth. I think that was the one that I wanted.
Got something new to try.
Yes. So what this is this is an extra store of Death Defiance. And it starts off giving you 50 health. Once you level it up after 25 rooms, you get, I believe, 75. And then once you've beaten, I think it's like 100 rooms or 75 or something like that, then you get 100 health back for it. So it's not like a percentage of your overall health, it is a fixed amount. But,
I'm going to get through.
you know, if I had that against Hades, then there is every chance that I could have won that fight. And if I wasn't stupid and ignorant. Yeah, next episode, because I'm going to record an episode of probably Terraria now. I think it's Terraria is the next one in the schedule. I'm going to record an episode of that, and then I need to record an episode of Borderlands. And then after that will be another one of Bioshock, another one of Borderlands, one of Shadow of the Colossus, and one of Batman. Then after yet another round of Bioshock and Borderlands, which by that point I think Bioshock will be finished. I will then come back to Hades, and then we get to keep going, because there is, despite what it may look like on the surface and the fact that I nearly quote unquote beat the game this time around, there is a whole lot more that we need to do. The story of the game isn't finished until you beat the game 7 times, I believe. So yeah, that'll be coming up in future videos. I hope you really enjoyed this one. It's very nice to be back, and yeah, I hope you had some fun. I will see you very, very soon, guys. Have a good night.